Obaseki has impoverished Edo State. Only 300 households can afford DSTV. Governance in Edo stopped where Oshiomole stopped. Obaseki has impoverished the state. Edo APC chairman Tenebe criticized. Jared Teneba, the chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Edo State, has offered a scathing critique of Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration, accusing the governor of plunging the state into poverty and bad governance. Tenebe, in an interview with Arise News on Thursday, defended the APC gubernatorial candidate Monday Okpebolo, highlighting the severe economic downturn in Edo State under Obaseki's leadership as the reasoning behind Okpebolo's campaign strategy. He also pointed out the sharp decline in residents' ability to afford basic services. The statistic we have of people who can actually connect to DSTV or GoTV that you are on, we have about 80,000 who are supposedly able to get DSTV. As I speak, we cannot have up to 300 people that can connect to DSTV because of how Obaseki has impoverished the state and how everyone is now poor in Edo State due to bad governance. He argued that this was a direct result of Obaseki's performance, poor governance rather, which has left many Edo residents impoverished. The economic hardship, according to Tenebe, has influenced Okpebolo's decision to prioritize grassroots engagement over television interviews. If Okpebolo comes on an interview with you, is he talking to people? He will be talking to only a few people who can afford DSTV in Lagos. Edo State people cannot afford DSTV, where he can be heard. Okpebolo is moving from one place to the other, reaching out to people, and his message is resonating with them. The All Progressive Congress chairman also raised serious concern about the upcoming election, aligning that Governor Obaseki is planning to rig the result. He accused Obaseki of arming a militant group known as the Edo State Network EOSN to influence the election in favor of his candidate. The idea that Obaseki wants to rig the election is true because we could see that in the past few weeks what has been going on, he has a militant group that he calls the ESN that he wants to use to rig the election. He has armed them, he has bought guns for them, and we have been calling on government to prescribe that group so that they would not be used for that election, and up to date nothing has been done. On the issue of governance and attracting investors to the state, Tenebe criticized the Obaseki administration's track record. He stressed that the state has little to offer investors due to a lack of meaningful development. To become a governor of a state, there is a process you have to go through. First, you have to sell yourself to your people and not to investors. Second, your election comes and you're elected. Thirdly, you're sworn in and become governor. At that point, you start selling the state. As I speak now, what is on ground in Edo State is nothing to write home about. All they have done in the past are just MOUs. So what do you even have to sell to investors? He further criticized the handling of the state internally generated revenue, IGR, suggesting that despite the increase in revenue, the funds are not being used to benefit the people. Fine, the internal generated revenue has increased, but what have they done with the IGR that has increased? The people are paying taxes, but they are not seeing what the money is being used for. The corruption here is obvious. If you're collecting money from people, they should see what you're using it for. The increase of IGR has nothing to do with the people right now. Edo State, the people right now. Edo State, as I speak, is in disarray, and people are angry because of the fraud that is obvious. Obaseki has run the state aground. This man is, what is the call of this person that is Sounding's problem? I don't get. You just say, your own candidates, they go resonate, they go speak to people house to house. I just say they look them. Oh my God. It is a very lame way to sell your candidates. Your candidates no fit go outside, sell himself. You come outside, they say, in start, use nonsense strategy. Shame no catch us, they talk this thing. I did not know Edo State is a welfare state whereby it is the government that provides luxury for its citizens. Very lame excuse for a candidate's inability to express himself, my dear. Very lame. And sell his agenda to Edo people. I'm not talking about a DSTV. See the way when you sell Edo State, sell us off. Now wow, Obaseki remove first subsidy abi. They talk say people waiting for Edo State, they don't afford a DSTV again. Can you imagine? Where is this drunk getting his figures from? It must obviously be from his mass senator Oshiomole. All Nigerians know how it is the All Progressive Congress and Jagaban that has plunged Nigeria into abject poverty and penury, so stop deceiving yourself. The All Progressive chairman doesn't speak well of a state because of politics, and this is bad. How can you bastardize and berate the whole Edo state, where we have many intellectual, business moguls, successful politicians, highly intelligent people, elder statesmen, and successful retired officers, just because you're protecting your illiterate, the All Progressive Congress governorship candidate? You are not fit and qualified to be All Progressive Congress chairman in Edo State. This is not about Saki making. This is purely the All Progressive Congress federal government economy hardship policy improvising, impoverishing the nation. All Progressive Congress chairman should be ashamed of himself. Buhari without education and media boldness, same with Tinubu with all economy blunders. You want to receive same in Edo State. Shame. Tinubu wants to test his party popularity in Edo State. No, only Yoruba State can this happen. All this shameless statement is just to hide the incompetent candidate of the All Progressive Congress. Abi, Edo people, do not forget that Buhari dodged all debate and see where he brought this country. And also remember that Tinubu dodged all debate, and you can see how we are moving now. These people that are hiding these candidates are the ones that will run your state if he wins. Be wise now before it is late. Edo people, I don't tell you that we are already suffering at the national level, at the federal level. Do not allow your suffering to be increased by making sure you suffer at the governorship level, at the state level. It's not going to be. You people will blame yourself for the rest of your life. I'm telling you. Okay. If DSTV is not affordable, what about social media that we can connect and watch? I beg you, APC, go and rest. As well, okay, are taking over. DSTV affordability is not a measure of basic necessity. Don't mind this man. You don't know that people are now reorganizing their priorities. Everybody now have a scale of preference. And it now goes according to what is important. If I can sit down on my phone and do some certain things, what am I? Heck, if I can sit down on my phone and do some certain things, why should I be working on my laptop? If I can work on my phone as a business person, if I use laptop, it goes have my data. Nobody I go there for my phone, they work. Yes, I have to find means. If I can even, that's my phone where even they watch. If I go feel listen to news there, what thing go make me I go even subscribe for DSTV. I beg you. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. So thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of